What's up, y'all? So, the name of this video is going to be self-expression. Know thyself and you know the God within. Alright, so lately, for these past few weeks, I've been learning a lot about expression and expressing thyself. And what started me on this, I took a little experiment and I did this experiment where it required me to not express myself to other people. And I did this for a few days or whatnot. And in me doing this experiment, it showed me that there's many different ways that one can express themselves. And it can be in ways that we've already know, but maybe we're not really aware of. But how it started, I went, I meditated, came to the conclusion through talking. I was like, you know what, let me just try this. I did it, and I found that me not expressing myself to people, I found other things to do. Now, this video isn't to tell you to stop expressing yourself to people. I mean, we're connected, so we have to. But just kind of telling you what I learned was that in doing this, I found many different things that I like to do. And one now, before I like nature, but now I'm going more out into it. And I just find that I'm just like a completely different person. You know, I express myself differently. I meet people sometimes out in the reserve, the woods and whatnot. And we just have really good conversations. And I realize I'm like very well connected out there. I sometimes talk to myself out loud more than I would if I'm around people. Yes, that's weird, but I guess that's just how I express myself when I'm out in the middle of the woods. It's just, I don't know, it's just awesome. I mean, I get so many like questions answered. So I know that's weird, but I just discovered that. Another thing is maybe like running and stuff. You know, I did a little running, and you know, I was out of breath, but you know what was cool, I was like, you know, maybe I should kind of, you know, work more on, you know, getting back in shape and stuff. And I met this lady who was out in the woods. She went for a run too. Funny thing was, I met a turtle before I seen her. Then she met the same turtle like after. So it was a turtle in the middle of the road, and we were talking about this turtle. And then she was talking about running, and she was like giving me tips on like, you know, how I can, you know, run in my stride and things like that. So it was just pretty cool. And basically, I think that, more than I think, I see that a lot of people don't really express themselves much because a lot of people may judge them or this, that, and the other. And you know, sometimes you just have to be weird. And you know, when you're weird, you're subconsciously giving off a signal for other weirdos in a good way to be weird around you themselves. And that's just you being yourself. And I've come to find that when you do things you haven't done or you don't do, you tend to one like hold yourself back, and you're like you're not too sure. But once you get comfortable, you completely express yourself completely different. And I think a lot of people hold themselves back in a lot of ways, especially in our society. You know, if you do this, you're weird. If you don't do this, you know, you're right, or whatever it is. And I just feel like more people should just kind of slowly like express themselves in fun ways. And you know, you might be the type who express themselves through singing. And I know me, I don't have the voice for it, but there's a good friend of mine who has an amazing voice. And when he sings, it's just like everybody stops and like listens. Like he just has a powerful voice. And that's his thing. Like that's like he's just awesome, and that's just how he expresses like that part of himself through his singing. And then you know, I have another, my brother. He is that guy when it comes to exercising and competition. He destroys people, and that's just how he expresses himself. And like that, like it's a sport. He's really really fast, and he just does his thing. And you know, I have my sister, she loves music, and when she has certain music, she just She's just everywhere, and I just love it. And it's just like, you have to find those things that help you express yourself. And you have to have fun with it. You kind of have to start letting go. You have to start saying, I really don't care what no one thinks about, how I am, and just express yourself. Now, don't be really, 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 really out there and people are like, whoa, tone that down. Sometimes you can be. That just makes it really funny. It just makes people so uncomfortable and it's just great. And the look on their faces is just classic. And it's just a lot of things. I know for me, I find that there's other weird ways that I express myself. I mean, in this video, my hair is like all out. I love my hair. Everyone who is around me knows like my hair is my baby. I love my hair. I love everything about it. And one of the biggest things with my hair is that there's so much like in my culture that is in my hair, and I express it in these styles or having my hair like just like this, my hair just out and it's free. And it kind of makes a statement too, because just as an African American, our hair really isn't deemed the right hairstyles or the appropriate way for your hair to be or things like that. I mean, even people in my culture think, when your hair is out like this, you need to get it done. And it's like, my hair does not need to be done. My hair is just how it is. I'm not going to do any weird stuff to my hair. This is my natural roots, and I make a statement because a lot of people look like, they make statements. I don't know. I get the funniest things. Like this one guy at my, he was a customer at my job, and he was like, "Oh, what did you do to your hair? Did you go in a washer and then you went into a dryer and it just made your hair puff up?" And I'm like, "No, this is just my natural hair. This is just how my hair is when I have it out and down." And he's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yeah." And it's just like, it's just funny, but people have these misconceptions and things like that. But, still, I choose to have my hair out. And, a lot of people's like, "Oh, when are you going to get it done?" And it's like, it's done. There is no, I need to do nothing. It is done. I'm not going to cut my hair. It's just these little things you do. I mean, you express yourselves through the jewelry you wear, the clothes you wear, the sports you play, the activities you do, And I think what would be awesome is just if more people found more things to express themselves in. And reason why the whole point of this is when you express yourself more, you get to know more about yourself, and also you get to stretch yourself more. You get to find out things and do new things. You add that newness to life, and everything is just awesome, and you're just getting stretched, and you're getting a challenge, and you're meeting new people, and you're expressing yourselves in maybe ways you never thought you would have. For example, he was like, "I would never go to that type of restaurant. It's stupid. Like, who would go there?" And then you meet friends like, "Oh, we gotta go to this restaurant." And you're like, "Oh, I don't like that restaurant. Have you ever been there?" "No, but I heard it." Like, "Dude, you gotta come." And then you come, it's completely different than what you thought. And now you're at that stupid restaurant that you said it was stupid earlier. But it's just like, we do so many things like as human beings to express ourselves. And I think another thing is, you don't have to express yourself through just words. As I'm talking now, I mean, talking is a form of expression, but it's a very limited form of expression. You can express yourselves without even talking. You can express yourselves, with hand movements, artwork, simple facial expressions, even the way you're breathing. And just the whole point is, it's just a different avenue to be more aware of, to know yourself more, and get to know how you react and respond to things. And just, it's another way of, you can say, a form of personal development. You're doing something different. You are expressing yourself differently than you normally would have. And you doing this, it also helps you in other areas of your life. So I just wanted to share like all of this with the world, and hopefully some of you will start expressing yourselves like you want to be, and do some cool, crazy things, and not care what people think, and just you laugh at yourselves. And then if other people are laughing, then you all can join together and then laugh, and then you can all be weird together, and everything is just great, and then you're laughing, and then you feel good, and it creates this amazing weird ripple effect, and everyone is weirdly laughing. And just lastly, like I said in the beginning, know thyself and you know the God within. And once you have that connection, you realize that there's so many different ways that source expresses itself, and knowing that you are source, you know that you can express yourselves in many different ways. So with that being said, just have an awesome day, night, week, whatever, and do something crazy. If you're stuck up and you're always stressed up, wear something completely opposite and see how it is. See how you feel, and just like do something different that you never did. And if you're the opposite of stuck up, try to dress up and see how you feel. Then just act, act, and be an actor, an actress, and just act. Don't be fake, obviously, but just act and just see how you respond to it, and just laugh at yourself. And you never know, you might meet some cool people. So, that being said, I'm done. You all have an amazing day.